If you're doing the Nebula Camo grind and you're playing on Liberty Falls, you have to start playing Terminus because you can unlock the camo even faster in one game. Oh man, not again. In theory, you're able to unlock the Nebula Camo in one single game of Terminus zombies. You can complete every single camo challenge, and in the directed mode, even though there's a 5-hour time limit on your games, you're able to save and quit, load back in, and the timer will reset and you can continue to unlock camos. So let's get into it. While you're doing your military camo challenges, you're going to complete the first few steps of the Easter egg to unlock a room that's going to give you insanely fast zombie spawns to fly through rounds and get as much progression as fast as possible. Activate all 3 generators, acquire dead wire, and lift the pack-a-punch. While on your way up, you're going to have a few electrical boxes you'll have to shoot. There's 3 of them on the lift, 1 inside Generator 2's building, and 1 right outside, and it's going to open these doors. Inside, there is 2 zombie spawns. There's a hole in the ground and a barricade in the wall. By standing at the back of the room, most of the zombies are going to spawn in these 2 locations, flying through rounds, making headshots and kills extremely easy. For the majority of your camo challenges, you're going to be in this room because it has the fastest zombie spawns in the entire game. I did also notice if you get into the corner just to the right of when you enter the room and stand behind the door, zombies are only going to spawn from the barricade and the hole in the wall, so you're going to get zombies spawning in even faster. I don't know exactly what I did to force the zombies to only spawn in these 2 spots. If I moved around, then zombies would spawn outside of the room and then walk in from the outside. Still incredibly fast spawns, which you're going to use to your advantage. Now, once we've done our military camo challenges, we're not going anywhere. For the special camo challenges, like hipfire kills, which I had to do on the Siren, you just stay in this room. The only time you have to leave it is either buying ammo, which is right outside in the Generator 2 building, or if you need to complete camo challenges that require you to kill a specific zombie type. The reason I have not brought up round caps yet is because there's a catch-22 for some of these challenges. Specifically, if you need to kill parasites or vermins, you are going to be on the round 12 cap. And you're going to complete the Easter egg steps until you reach the part where you have to drive a boat out to the islands and collect souls for these orbs. While you're doing this orb step, not only are zombies going to infinitely spawn, which are good for headshots, you're going to get some decent progression out here. It's not as fast as the secret room that we opened up at the beginning of the match, but it's still going to be okay. What we're out here for is the infinite parasites and vermin that are going to spawn while completing this step. As long as you don't deliver the elemental souls to these orbs, the spawns are going to be infinite. So if you need 30 parasite kills, 30 vermin kills, you can get those challenges done in this step of the Easter egg extremely fast. When you finally unlock your camos for parasites and vermins, you can move on and complete the Easter egg step. If you're ever looking for parasite kills, you can also find them spawning naturally throughout rounds, and the same goes for vermin. If you really want to speed up your parasite progress, take a boat and drive around to the small islands. You'll eventually find an island with spores where if you've played Setsubo no Shima, you're going to recognize them. When you shoot these spores, a parasite is going to fly out of them. When you destroy all spores on an island, extra parasites are going to spawn to help you make camo progression. If you are playing in standard, every few rounds, the islands that these spores are on is going to change, whereas in directed mode, you can only do it one time. But with the Easter egg step, you're not going to have any issues with parasites or vermins. Armored zombies are going to be no issue as they naturally spawn. But if you need Mangler kills, this is where you have to progress through the rounds. On rounds 13, 14, and 15, you're going to be guaranteed 1 Mangler that spawns each round. So at this point, you can progress till your round cap hits 15, which is going to take you to about the end of the Easter egg. So zombie spawns in this room are going to be way faster, and you're going to get parasites, vermin, and Manglers that spawn. However, if you're in the corner that I was in where zombies only spawn in the barricade and the hole they crawl through in the wall, Manglers, parasites, and vermins will not spawn. So if you ever need them to spawn, just stand at the back of the room like normal. For the gold camo challenge, you're going to get multi-kills in this room extremely fast. If you increase the round cap to 13 to 15, you'll complete this in just a few repeating rounds. Eventually, we get to Opal, and we just talked about this with Manglers. They're the only special zombie that's on the map Terminus, but they do spawn every round past 13 guaranteed, as long as you're not in that corner with the glitched out spawns. They're going to spawn anywhere around the map, and you're going to get one a round, so you will have to go through 30 repeating rounds to complete the Opal camo for a single weapon. The Afterlife challenge is just as easy as everything else we've covered in this room. 20 kills without taking damage. Seems hard, but because we're on the directed mode, zombies are going to be a lot slower, and their health is going to cap off at round 15 health. So all you have to do is upgrade your gun with Pack-a-Punch and salvage a few times, and you're going to have no issue killing zombies before they can even get close to you to damage you. And then after you've completed the Afterlife camo challenge on all your guns, you'll eventually get to Nebula. This is where people think Terminus is absolutely atrocious compared to Liberty Falls. Remind you, Liberty Falls has the strategy where at the LTG step, you're able to spawn an HVT that counts towards elite zombie kills once per round. As tempting as that is, this is why Terminus is a better map for camo grinding in the directed mode. During the Easter egg steps, you'll eventually have to fight and kill Nathan. It's a really easy mini boss fight. Every time you kill Nathan, that's going to be one elite zombie. During the bomb step, just before the boss fight, an amalgam is going to spawn. That is also going to count as an elite zombie. Here is where you are going to make the majority of your progression. Once you're done all of your camo challenges and you go to the boss fight, you are going to be able to complete the first two stages of the boss fight by damaging Patient 13. You're going to kill lots of zombies, a couple manglers here and there, but eventually when you get to the final stage of the boss fight, amalgams are going to start spawning in. And they're going to spawn in frequently. So as long as you don't complete the boss fight, you are going to be able to get elite kills extremely fast. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself right now, you can only bring in 2 weapons to the boss fight and a melee weapon if you don't have the camo challenges for it yet. So how am I going to get Nebula on every gun in the game? Well, don't finish the boss fight, and every time you unlock the Nebula camo on the weapons that you brought with you, save and quit. It's going to bring you to the beginning of round 15 before you have entered the boss fight. You're going to have lots of salvage and points saved up from getting lots of other weapons, their military and special camo challenges. Grab new ones from the mystery box, from wall buys. You take them into the boss fight, go to the 3rd stage where you're about to kill Patient 13 and amalgams start spawning very frequently again, and you rinse and repeat this cycle until you have Nebula unlocked on all of your weapons. Eventually, when you do have Nebula unlocked, you're able to finish Patient 13 off, get your Easter egg rewards and directed, and then your game is finally done. And this is a technicality, but as long as it's done within one game, saving and quitting the same game over and over again, even though it's different play sessions, you will have technically unlocked the Nebula camo in one game. Now that we've gotten to this point and you know the strategy, here's a recap on why Terminus is the best map right now for camo grinding if you're trying to unlock Nebula as fast as possible. Even though Liberty Falls is very appealing because it's easy to set up, the zombie spawns in the secret room where you build the wonder weapon are way faster than anything Liberty Falls has to offer. And on Terminus, you're able to get Parasite kills, which you're not going to make meaningful progression over on Liberty. That being said, you're also going to have extremely fast strategies to complete your special zombie kills and your elite zombie kills as well. In the boss fight, as long as you're not actually killing Patient 13 and you're just staying behind boxes, staying safe and just waiting for amalgams to spawn, which they spawn pretty frequently. You're not waiting for very long for the next amalgam to spawn, and because your weapons are so upgraded, you're killing them extremely fast. The only negative side about this entire strategy is okay, you have to complete the Easter egg steps depending on which Catch-22 camo challenge you're working on. But other than that, it's way faster than Liberty Falls. On Liberty Falls, when I got the SOG 0 progression to Nebula in one game, it took me an hour and a half. However, from 0 progression on the Siren to Nebula, it only took me an hour and 45 minutes. That is 45 minutes of time you are saving per gun just by doing this on Terminus. Best of luck on your Nebula camo grinds. Citadel des Morts is a new zombies map that's coming out in a couple of days, and I'll have new Nebula camo strategies for that. But until then, I'll see you guys later.